What's going on, Mitch's World? You can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And for that, I am grateful. This is episode 12, believe it or not. It's hard for me to believe. Uh, I'm enjoying this journey of becoming a content creator. It feels good. It genuinely feels good, just because it's a process. And I think, like, for me, one thing I enjoy is the beginning of most processes, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. I enjoy the beginning of the process because it's like, just like anything else, it's new, it's fresh. I think when you come into things and you have like it's almost the innocence of a child, so to speak. Like, you don't know right from wrong. So it's like you do what you want to do. I think, like, a lot of times the deeper you get into things is like you learn the right, the wrong. You got to play politics, all the good things, and it can get hectic, to say the least. So we'll get into that in a second. Just a good point. Quick fit check. First off, good shout out to my good folks down in Mutual Omaha, always lacing me with the gear. If you know, you know. They they keep a brother going. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, just a Gap flannel tee, nothing crazy, or Gap flannel. Hold on, I gotta remember to let y'all see the full fit. Flannel, off the vintage Kentucky tee. If you know, you know. Like, I like to thrift, so I get like vintage stuff. Corduroys, mode in one, some Jordans, some Jordan 3s. Jordan 3s have crept up on my list of Jordans that I like. I got a few pair of 3s. 11s are my favorite. I might post some pictures of just so you guys can have reference points. I realize everyone doesn't know sneakers like I know sneakers. So, like, I'll just be talking and people are like, what are you talking about? But yeah, Jordan 1s, I rock with the Jordan 1s. I rock with the 11s, the 3s. 4s, if they were a little bit more comfortable. I like the way 4s look. They're just not as comfortable on foot. Jordan 3s are very comfortable shoes, though. Like, I could rock these all day and not think too much of it. So, yeah. Today's actually Monday. I usually do these on Sunday. I came in here yesterday and the spot was jumping, full of people. And it was it wasn't the time or the place. I was like, you know what? Let me come today. Mondays are usually like my day off. We're not really days off. They're more so like my reset day. They're like my Sundays, because like my weekends can get kind of hectic. Because Saturday is my social day. So if I do something socially Saturday, Sunday I go to church. Monday I just need a day to regroup, get my mind right, get my grind right, do the things. So yeah, so Monday today, just went to the farmer's market, picked up a few items for the week. What else did I do? Crib was clean. It was chill, just very chill vibes today. Doing my long form. I'm gonna get in front of my laptop at some point and do some work. I'll be honest with you, and I think I've referenced this before. Read this book by Dan Martell called Buy Back Your Time. Probably one of the best books I've ever read in my life, because it's basic stuff, but it like helps you buy back your time. So I've outsourced a lot of my stuff, and like I make just as much money without having to do half the work. Strange. So I don't mind paying for convenience at this point in my life. Now, I know what I need to do to make more money. I just got to stop being lazy. And I don't even consider myself lazy, to be honest with you. I am human. So the way I do things is I do like sprints, is what I call them. So like I'll go hard for a period of time, a sprint, and then I'll relax, I'll rest, I'll chill. And it's a marathon mindset for me. So it's like, all right, I might be power walking when I'm not sprinting. I'm still moving. I'm still headed in the right direction. I'm just not running full speed, right? And I think for me, that helps me out tremendously, to be able to do things. But I'll be honest with you, I've been having a hard time regrouping after 75 hard. My man Marcus, he asked me a while ago, he's like, what does life look like after 75 hard? And I was very naive. I was like, oh, it's going to be the same. It's up. Yeah. It hasn't been the same. It's not been up. The ankle injury still has me like, that's my excuse. But if I'm diving deeper into my reality, it's just an excuse. Like the ankle ain't really slowing nothing down. Like I could, like only thing is slowing down is the gym. Um, but outside of the gym, like I could still work out, I could still do my thing. I'm still on my dean. So it's like it is what it is. Like, but I've been having a hard time getting back in the routine of, waking up at 5, doing the things. Like today I attempted to wake up at 5. But you know what it is? I'll be even more transparent with you guys. Like I broke my sobriety and like I smoked. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for me personally, like I've been smoking since I was 16. If you see this, mom, it's not your fault. I was just around drugs and other weed smokers. But my mom don't even watch my videos. Liz, what's up with you? You good? That's it. You good? You all right? But anyway, neither here nor there. So yeah, I've been smoking since I was 16. So like for a while, I used to use weed as a like, oh, this is my thing. This is how I'm able to focus, function, this, that, and third. And it's like, whatever excuse you tell yourself is your reality. Like that was my reality. So it's like, I wasn't doing nothing without a blunt or a joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I gotta go eat, time to smoke. Oh, I gotta go to work, time to smoke. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, over the years, I have definitely cut back tremendously from the amounts I used to smoke. But recently, like I said, went to Michigan, came back with some edibles, some tree. And yeah, I've been enjoying myself, to be honest with you. Like, I don't have any, like, it's not one of those things like, oh, I feel bad because I smoked or anything like that. But I also, if I'm being honest, I understand how it impacts other areas of my life. So it's like, I think with any self-aware person or any person that is trying to be better than they are today, self-awareness has to be a thing. You have to be aware of you, and not aware of what you tell yourself, but aware of what the reality actually is. Does that make sense? So it's like your reality is different from what you tell yourself. At least for me, it is. Well, it was. I'm not gonna say it is. It was. Whereas it's like, oh, like lack of accountability, just, oh, it's somebody else's fault. Yeah. No. You have to look at things. So whether it's good, bad, or ugly, this is what happened. This is why it happened. And this is why I need to do more of this, or this can't happen again because it impacts me for this reason, that reason, this reason. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, I realized the weed slows me down. Like even though I smoke at night, I'm not like middle of the day, unless I'm, what I'm saying, feeling spicy or it's the weekend. I'm not really a middle of the day high type of guy. But like I also enjoy being high. So it's like, that sounds really like drug addict type vibes, but like I enjoy smoking weed. Like it's not like it is what it is. I think my deepest thoughts come when I'm high. I'm very much so a thinker, but like breaking my sobriety has put me in a state of mind where it's like the next morning is very sluggish. And I see that where it's like, all right, where I'm used to jumping up at 4:45, 5 o'clock, it's nothing for me to lay in bed till 7:30, 8 o'clock. And now I'm cutting into my gym time. I'm cutting into my other time, so on and so forth. So starting tomorrow, which is Tuesday, I am going to get back on my dean as far as the gym, stuff like that. Now, I've been debating doing like a 75 soft, just to kind of like, kind of refocus and regroup. But we'll see what that looks like. I'm going to pray on it. I know I'm going to be doing a Daniel's fast starting next Sunday. Next Monday. Yeah, next Monday. I'm just do the raw fruits and veggies. I've been looking into that. Chat GBT, shout out to Chat. Chat does this thing. I was able to like research a lot of things. I think I'm gonna do the paid version of Chat because I've been using the free ball. If you know me, like that's very funny in my personal opinion because like I am frugal. And the thing is like if you ask Rachel, she'll tell you I spend money, but like I feel like I spend money on my business. I don't know what I be spending money on, to be honest with you. I do a little tricking every now and again, but like I haven't even been doing that. It's not even like I'm out here spending money or taking women out, this, that, and third. Like I don't have the capacity for that right now. My main focus, my main thing is like getting debt free. B, making sure, well, it's in no particular order, but B, making sure my health is right. But then also getting liquid. Conspiracy theory, but I'm gonna just Call it out there. I talked to my man Mark a while ago, and he said something that kind of resonated with me. And he was just like, right now, if history repeats itself, we're in the roaring 20s. And I don't know if you know about history, so I'll give you a brief history lesson. The 20s were a thriving time. It was a time before the Great Depression, which was in the 30s. Well, it was a thriving time. The country was, depending on what side of the fence you're on, that's a different story for a different day. But for the right people, it was a time to be alive. You know what I'm saying? Everything was good. Everything was great, so on and so forth. Now, for me personally, like I think I call it the bandemic. I don't even call it the pandemic. The bandemic was a great time to be alive. Yes, I'm not insensitive. People lost their lives, but I ran it up. I made good money. Good money. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I think if you had any type of hustle going, like I was selling PlayStations, I was selling Xboxes, I was selling juicers. I had what's it called? I had insurance on the floor. I was taking hella trips to Vegas, shaking dice. I still get free rooms in Vegas for that pandemic run. I was on the dice for like an hour. That's unheard of. Unheard of. I shit you not. That was the best casino run I've ever had in my life. Best casino run I've ever had in my life. Like it was a scene out of a movie. Like I could not miss. I was hitting everything. And I didn't know half the things I know about dice now. If I knew that would have been a $20,000 run, easy. I went in the casino with $100 and I left with like $1,500, maybe $2,000. And like, I was in there for like 4 hours. I'm just trying to kill time before my flight. But I couldn't miss during the pandemic. I could not miss. It was a time to be alive. It was respectfully. I don't want to seem insensitive to the things, but all I was saying is, so back to the original point. Got way too excited there. But we're in the roaring 20s. We're going into the 30s, right? Which is 2030 and on. And I really believe this is the time where legacy will be built. I feel like if you get liquid, you get your money together, you're willing to take a risk, you're really willing to invest, and you're willing to do the things. People, and I'm not talking about, I'm going to beef up my 401k type of things. That's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. I'm talking about you need to be buying cribs. You need to be starting businesses. You need to be doing different things. And like, that's why I got on this side of the content. Okay, before I get to that, get liquid, find some investments, find a group of people you trust and run it up. You heard it here first. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't heard nowhere else, I feel like in the 30s, it's going to be a matter of the have and the have-nots. Are we going to be fighting for a loaf of bread? No, I don't think that's the case. But I do feel like we're going to be in a position where it's like, and our grandkids will talk about it. Our kids will talk about like, your people didn't woo during the pandemic, or not the pandemic, but during the 30s. Well, my dad did X, Y, and Z, and that's why I get dropped off in these old schools. That's why I get dropped off in these, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it's gonna be. But anyway, I had to do a time check. But yes, that's part of the reason I started creating content, because I want to document my journey and create a platform for me to document my journey. But I also want to create a lane to where I look up, because we're going to look up and either you're going to be like, this content era, I feel like is the gold rush, right? You're going to look back and be like, hey, I consume content at a very high rate. We all do. I think it's part of, like, I'll sit there and watch TikToks and story times before I turn on the TV. So just to tell you, like, so we all consume content, but I don't want to look back and be like, man, I consume so much content and I just know a bunch of things. Or you could be like, hey, I produced a lot of content and that's why I get paid. And I see these people, I see them literally on TikTok, especially TikTok. Instagram, I don't be on the gram too much. Like, I do my morning thoughts and that's it. But TikTok, I'm watching these people change their lives where like they're posting, they're doing the things, they're doing the yeah, and like they're making it shake. As I said, TikTok, I was supposed to be going live and doing this live, like while I'm recording it. We're 14 minutes in. That'll happen next week. Because I bought my other stand and everything to record. Damn. Anyway, it is what it is. But yeah. I think like I hate when that happens. I just drew a blank, like a major blank. But yeah, I think it's one of those things like you just have to get in, do what you need to do, and make the main thing the main thing. You got to focus and lock in now because it's like you're gonna look up and like life is passing. Like I'm 36. The whole series is 36 and under construction. In 4 years or 3.5 years, I'm gonna be 40. If I don't have no kids by 40, I don't know if it's gonna happen. We'll see, But I think it's one of those things where, like, long story short, lock in, do the things you need to do, and kind of move in a manner that will allow you to just kind of bring you success. You get what I'm saying? Like, and do the necessary things. So, yeah. Really, bro? All kinds of foolishness. People don't respect the space of a creator. They don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, out of all the places, okay, he's moving. I was about to say, like, how dare you? You see I'm over here recording content and you come and like take a phone call. Anyway, and granted it's a public space, so like I can only be but so mad at anyone. And I'm not even mad. Like, if you know me, it takes a lot to get me mad or upset. I seldomly get mad. I can't tell you last time I was mad. As I get older, my feelings get hurt. I noticed that about myself. I'm like, damn, not you too. Like, or like, damn, you didn't consider me in that. But yeah. That's a different story for a different day. Well, not really. I guess we could talk about it. It's my shit. I can talk about whatever I want. I mean, but like, I entertain myself. I genuinely think I'm hilarious. I think most people will identify with that. I think most people think I'm pretty funny as well. Now, do I think my sense of humor is for everyone? No. But I'm a calculated class clown. I know how to time a joke. I think I have comedic timing. Shout out to my man, Bennett. Bennett is like, I used to go to school with Bennett back in the day. He's like a professional comedian. And like, I went to one of his shows and he showed hella love, you know what I'm saying? But like, he said something, he's like, bro, we used to be class clowns. And he's like, you could be a comedian. And I genuinely took that and ran with it. Like, I think I would do it my own way. But like, I think I have like, fun fact about me, I don't find a lot of comedians funny. And I know like the next thing I'm gonna say is gonna be, because I think I'm funnier than them, just be honest with you. So it's like, I be looking at niggas like, this nigga's not even that funny. And not even from a hating standpoint, because Lord know I'm not no hater, but I just don't be finding niggas funny. Like, I think niggas have funny moments. Like, I like, what's his name? Mike Epps. I think Mike Epps is hilarious. I think a lot of the YouTube niggas is funny, or YouTube, TikTok type guys is funny. But like a lot of the big names, I don't think they'd be like hitting it like they could, you know what I'm saying, or they should. But one thing I realized too, and I think it goes back to like I was talking about earlier, I like the beginning of things. Like, I feel like the beginning of like a comedian run or like a comedy's career or comedians, why can't I talk? A comedian's career and things like that, they have less pressure on them so they could be more raw and authentic. But you start throwing in a couple brand deals, you throw in some sponsorship, you throw in any kind of money that you're being paid, then they start becoming puppets. It's like, all right, hey, I can't say that, or I gotta be careful what I say. I gotta be PC. I gotta be politically correct. And I don't get a chance to pop it like I would like to. So it's like, even with me on this TikTok journey, obviously I host a church group. Oh, and I gotta talk about that too. I guess this episode is gonna be a little longer today. Like, it is what it is. Again, as I always tell you guys, I don't have a script when I come in here. I just be talking. But like, I like the beginning of things because you could just be more raw, authentic. So even with me doing content, I know I like the fact that like I run my church group and like the girls in the group like, Mitch, you are unhinged. You be saying whatever you want to say. But I think that's a reflection of who I really am. Like, I'm not no internet nigga. Like, I'm not a nigga that's doing it for the gram or whatever. It's like, I'm gonna say what I want to say. Like, now as I get older, I am more mindful of how I say it. But I get that from Liz. Elizabeth, my mother, are you kidding me? Like, she says what she wants to say, and she always has. Like, and I think like anyone that knows Liz is like, she's an acquired taste. Cause like there's time I have to have discussions with her before we go certain places. Like, listen, mommy, don't go in here, woo, 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 don't be doing this, don't, oh, I'm not gonna do it, just for her to turn around and do it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, what was the point of the conversation? But I think, like, shout out to my baby Liz. She's definitely gotten her mind right, gotten a lot better with how she moves in social settings. I think, like, she done got older. And I think she realized, like, one of these young girls gonna whoop me real quick. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be damned. Like, I'll be honest with you. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna let nothing happen to my mother. But in the same breath, like, depending on the situation at hand, I might let him get a lick off, and then because I'm gonna have to put hands on you, male or female. Definitely, if it's a nigga hit my mom, I'm probably gonna I'm gonna have to shut shit down. But like, if it's a female, I might let her get a lick in and then like wrap it on up. Like, hey, y'all break that up, y'all stop. But that's hilarious. But yeah, this week ended my church group, or not ended it. So semester's over. It's a 9-week semester, so did that. We ended last Thursday. Yeah. So I got on the grill, and like being on the grill, like put me in the mindset like we are the unks now, and like shout out my man Alfred. Like he's like a father figure. If you know me, and one day I'm gonna go to Dallas this spring / summer and like pop in with Pops. Like I call him Pops, you know what I'm saying? Like and just check in with him. Like he's the first like adult male that I ever lived with. And I got the chance to see like how routine he is. And I think that's where I get a lot of my routine ways, because before that I wasn't super routine. But I think what a routine does is it brings predictability. You can predict what's going to happen with a routine, especially if you've done it long enough. And I think that's why, like, when all else fails, when I'm like, I got to get back to the basics, I get back in my routine. And I have a routine that's just it's foolproof. It works. It works for me, works well. And you have to find your routine that works for you. But anyway, Alfred and I used to grill out every Friday for years. Like he lived with me for like 2 years when I was house hacking. And so for you guys that don't know what house hacking is, I would live in the master and I would rent out my 2 other rooms. And that's really how I came up, for real, to be honest with you. Cause like for 2 years, if not, it was longer, I didn't pay rent. I didn't pay mortgage. I paid my mortgage, but I didn't pay it personally. You know what I'm saying? So I was living for free. And that was like early on in my career when I went independent and, started my agency. I was able to kind of move in a manner that just, I was more focused on getting good because I didn't have to worry about the results. Like, oh, I need money today. You know what I'm saying? And granted, I have social skills and I'm able to, that's one of my gifts from God. Like I'm able to just talk, articulate myself well. That's why I have a camera in my face now. But it's just a natural God-given talent. So it's like, but I used that time when I was living with Alfred to, I learned a lot of life skills about just being a man, and he saw me at a very vulnerable state in my life. That was around the time I was in an 8-year relationship, on and off. If you know, you know. It was a time to be alive. Very spicy, very exciting times. But shout out to my people, man. She'll never see this, like unless I send it to her. But shout out to Chino G, man. Like we grew up together, so it's always I can laugh at it now. During the time, it was trying times, very stressful times. But like I really appreciate our time together. And again, I think we're just young. You know what I'm saying? So like, I have nothing bad to say about my dog, but like, we're just young. And so we're just kind of, all over the place, but he got a chance to see that. And he gave me just real life, like pop advice, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause he was married for 33 years and ended up getting divorced. And he told me, he's like, knowing what I know now, he's like, and not even cause it ended, he's like, I knew that wasn't my person. And he still tried to make it happen. He would just talk about how, different times where it's time to come up, and like he always said she couldn't keep the back door closed. You know what I'm saying? And I see that a lot with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like when I say keep the back door closed, he was bringing it in. He makes good money. He was bringing it in, but it's like she got caught up on emotion and lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So I want this, I want to do this, I want to do that. And like, depending on what type of man you are, I think the average man is, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. But like, I think like when it comes to emotional spending, that's more of a woman's lane. Don't sue me. But it's just one of those things I think like where like, oh, I'm upset. Let me go spend some money. Let me do this. Let me go do that. Like for me, if I'm going through something and I'm like, my natural instinct is to stay down. Like I'm just gonna like, hey, I'm packing lunches. We out the way. We doing whoop whoop. So yeah, it's 25 minutes in. I want to talk about. I am going to talk about church group, and I'll let y'all rock. Oh yeah, so we ended church group this semester. I got on the grill. We did a grill session, brought some food. This semester was the best semester thus far. And I'll tell you guys why. I saw a raw, authentic community. I think it's easier to create community when everyone goes to your church, but like 80 to 90% of the room was from TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And not only did they come from TikTok, they stayed from TikTok. You get what I'm saying? So it was like they came, and that just shows the power of social media, where I now have new relationships, new friendships. I spoke with Diamond yesterday for like 3 hours. That's my Libby sister, you know what I'm saying? But like, we chopped it up, and like, cause I was telling her about a situation I dealt with earlier in the year. She was telling me about something she had going on very similar. And it was like, these are connections that came from social media, that came from putting myself out there, you know what I'm saying? And I see it happening. Like, I really see everything coming together. Like, my videos and my views are getting like more consistent, like numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a video this week that did like 300,000, or last week that did 300,000 views. And then I turn around, I got another video that's at like 60,000 views. And it's just like, the views are coming, the followers are coming. It's like, that's why I was supposed to go live. Because they can hear me just talk for 30 minutes. And I think like realizing just like, I'm on an upward trajectory. I'm seeing the things happen. I'm seeing the people come. And I live by a philosophy, build it and the people will come. So I'm in the process of building my thing. I'm trying to say, not say as much, but it will happen. It's happening. It is happening. And I'm excited about it because I'm laying a foundation that will feed me and my family for years to come. It's just one of those things. I'm going to create community with this platform. I'm going to create a safe zone with this platform. I'm going to create a space where like people just feel comfortable being who they are. We're going to see how this goes. I'm super excited about it. But yeah, I've rambled on. We're coming on 28 minutes. Like, subscribe, share, do the things. It's the same group of you guys that watch it every week. I'm again, but yeah, I appreciate you guys for real, because it's very impactful. I have a few things I'm working on, but I'm excited. I think this DJI will be the best investment I've ever made in my life. I just feel it. I feel like it's one of those things where it's gonna position me to do like beautiful things. One day I'll be I think I could be on a big screen one day. We'll see. We'll see. Not my desire, but like if it happens, I'm not gonna turn it down either. Like I'm doing things for the plot now. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna do it for the plot, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it's experience. I think that's all life is a collective of experiences, and then you die. So I hate to end on a morbid note, but yeah, have as many experiences as you can, all while chasing your goal. And then making sure, start with this, make sure it aligns with God's will for your life. And if it does, you're going to live a hell of a life. But if nothing else, do it for the plot. Do it for the plot. Do it for the plot. And if the plot doesn't work, start a new movie. So, guys, I appreciate you. We'll talk soon.